Feel free to skip to the bag you're caring about if you're like one of my Carryology or like Perfect Pack bros and you're just trying to like, you know, you just really want to see this heritage and like, I'm talking about all these other bags, it's just confusing you and like you're going to be in the shower thinking about which bag you're buying next and how you would load them out and it's just more confusing because you didn't think you liked the Axiom, but then suddenly you're liking it because it's got that pocket you didn't know it had and blah, blah, blah. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's almost Christmas. Well, kind of. It's the holiday season and we're getting right before Black Friday, so I think it's a very good time to talk about bags that, well, that are probably in need of a Black Friday discount for most of us. So let's talk about it. These are 3 bags. Now, I'm gonna do, in the next week or 2, like 5 videos. I'm already tired just thinking about it, but I'm gonna do it anyway, and it's gonna be like a buyer's guide. Basically like the bags that I would recommend for the Christmas season, all bags that you can actually buy right now. I promise. This was just instinct. I really do promise. Every bag on this table is available to purchase at this exact moment. 2021 November something or other, 13th. For today's video, it's basically titled Money is of no object. Now, as you can see on the table, there is nothing on the table that is cheap. I apologize for that, but that's kind of how we're gonna roll today. I'm gonna cut for a second, I'm gonna put some stuff on the table, and we're gonna start to talk about these bags. So here we are with bag number 1. This is a new favorite for me. Now all the bags in this video are like somewhat personal favorites, and this is no exception. It just happens to be a new personal favorite. This is the TAD triple Aught design Axiom 24, so 24 liters in this X50 multicam and multicam black. And again, if you follow my channel, you probably know there's one thing that I absolutely love, and that's multicam black. If you ever want to sell a bag, like just sell any bag, if it's multicam black, I'll probably buy it no matter what it is. That's all. Okay, so what I've done here is I've loaded out the table with like a typical kind of daily carry plus travel loadout, and I'm gonna do that for all 3 of the bags in this video. This bag, we're gonna talk about price, of course. As I mentioned earlier, all of these bags are available currently. This bag is available on the Triple Aught Design website for $380. That's why these bags are not cheap. These bags are the type of thing you'd buy. They are the type of bags you'd buy for like your spouse or your significant other or somebody you care an awful lot about because they're very, very expensive. That's the point of this particular video. The next video is going to be about bags that are not so expensive, so there's that. This bag is made very well and made in the USA. It has tons of things to like, and it has some things I don't like, so I guess we'll kind of get into it. I think if the person you're shopping for is like the type of person that organizes their stuff really well, like the type of person that's not gonna have like pouches like this, but are just gonna have like a bag, like a tech guy. Comes in black too, so it doesn't have to be this multicam if that's not your jam. This bag excels at that. And I don't really use it as it's intended, but I like it nonetheless. Now, as I mentioned, this is X-Pack material, so it's a bit crunchy, but that's okay. I can get away with a bit of crunch in my life. I actually enjoy it. My wife loves it. My wife loves this bag. This is one of her favorites. It's in a video coming up talking about how it's one of her favorite bags. It's probably not gonna be mine for much longer. Talking about the exterior, there's a grab handle up here. I don't love this grab handle. It's just like not enough to grab for me. That's probably like one of the things I like the least about this bag is this grab handle. It looks cool, like it's got a good look. It just doesn't, just not enough. And this Hypalon material gives me the heebie-jeebies. So when I go to grab it, it kind of gives me a little, There are load lifters on the straps here, which I very much appreciate as a short guy. These load lifters help the bag ride high on my back so that it, well, it doesn't sag around my bum. The straps themselves are very comfortable. The back panel has this see that like 3-way thing going on there? It is nice enough. I do find that this middle one, when the laptop's in, digs into my back and feels a bit goofy. Not a huge deal, but definitely not, it's not comfortable per se. The sternum strap is not here. It's, Jacob, my sternum strap. Anyway, just joking. I love Jacob. He's a great guy. We get into the pockets. Let's do this a little bit quickly. I'll load it out. There's one secret pocket down here, kind of secret pocket thing, and this goes into a pocket that's on the inside of the bag. Basically, you can put like a jacket or something up there. I actually use that pocket for something stupid like my keys, so I can sling the bag over my shoulder and get out. Now you have to be careful and make sure you do it up every single time. The front of this bag has this organizational section here. The liner of this bag is very crinkly, so if the person you're buying it for works in like a, you know, like the type of environment where they have to be quiet, probably not the best option. In the front here, there are some molly webbing. Now, I noticed this one kind of ripped off. I don't know what that's about, but these other two are perfectly cool, and you could attach something to it if you want to. This liner is, I think, VX21 maybe. It feels nice. It's like a sailcloth material. You can see the logo there, triple Aught design, made in the USA. I don't love this type of organization. It's not my normal jam. So normally I don't mind like two of these pockets. So what I would do is I'd put my wallet in this one, my headphones in this one, because it's too complicated having it in both. I'll forget which one was where. I'd probably put like my hand to stuff sanitizer in there. And I'd probably put my mask in this one or something. No, actually I won't. That's a lie. And that's really it. Yeah. So anyway, that's about it for there. This part here, it kind of goes down to like yay. So you could put like something in there that's not gonna fall all the way down to the bottom. It's nice for that. So these zippers are YKK Aqua Guard zippers. They're made in the USA. The zipper pulls are different like everywhere on this bag, which is okay. I find they're a little bit like too much, I guess, here, but they're okay. Like, I don't know if you can see that. They're like a little bit like Hypolani, and they've got some plastic, and they could probably be a bit simpler, but you know what, it's a $380 bag. Maybe they should be nice. On the top here, there's like this like small pocket, which that's where I'm gonna put the mask that I forgot to put in. That's where I normally would put my mask. Your phone could probably fit in there if it's a smaller phone. Nothing padded in there. I think it's a sunglasses pocket, technically speaking. The inside of the bag is a full clamshell opening bag like this. Now there are these pockets on the side, which I'll talk about in a minute. This pocket here goes all the way down to my key, which we just put in. And you can see my key is there, so just keep that in mind. For a jacket or something that's cool, you can stuff it in and you can grab it out the other side. This is like the hang down from that pocket up there. It's 24 liters. The bag does kind of pack out well. Like, this is a fat packing cube that I'm gonna, from Goruck, and I'm gonna jam that down in the bottom here to show you that it can. And then this is a Dan Matsuda pouch, which I felt like was in keeping with the topic of the video. That's my toiletries and stuff in there. My tech pouch is this Tad one for today, this triple Aught design one. Just has like my chargers and stuff like that in it. That fits up in this top part perfectly fine, like so. And then, you know, it will do up. These zippers are number 8 YKK zippers, so they're not particularly big. They don't give me like the crazy confident feeling that a lot of zippers give me, a lot of YKK, especially the number 10s. Now, there are other pockets here on the sides of the bag. On both sides, they're the same. They are technically speaking water bottle pockets. They go from the top here all the way down to the bottom. This is a pencil case, which I'll just show you. Fits in there just fine. I don't tend to carry water bottles very often. Now, this is a smaller number 5 YKK zipper, so there's that. You might want to be careful, but it feels burly enough. There are laptop, like, there's technically only one laptop compartment, I was told, which is this one on the right side. It goes all the way down to the bottom. It's not suspended, but there's like a little padding thing down there that's, I guess, okay. And that is really tight. Like, this laptop compartment, you gotta flip this thing out of the way. And then the laptop, this is a 15-inch Samsung laptop. I live in Korea, just saying. The laptop fits like barely. Like, I mean, like barely. This is about the same size as the 15-inch MacBook Pro. Your 16-inch one's gonna be tight. Now, it does go in, And it is kind of suspended a little bit just because of the fact that it's so stiff in there. But it's not something I would feel super comfortable about, is what I'm saying. And like getting my laptop out, scratches on the zippers every time. Sometimes you gotta like shimmy it in like that. So what I tend to do when I'm using this bag, even though it's a 24-liter bag, is take an iPad mini, which kind of just falls in the back there, and zip it up. So there's that. There's that. On the other side, there is a pocket that you would think is exactly the same. It's not really. It's on like the next level of that pocket, and this one definitely goes all the way down to the bottom. No padding on the bottom. Good for documents or something. I don't know. I wish they would have raised it slightly and this bag would have been like a big time keeper, but otherwise it's still a keeper. I still like it a lot. But it's like, well, let's get on to the next couple. Triple Aught design, Axiom 24, out. This next one might be of some interest to you. This is the Goruck Heritage GR1 21-liter. This is the 2021 Heritage in this olive. It is an absolutely stunning looking backpack. Like, beautiful. 395 of your hard-earned dollars gets you 10-ounce duck waxed canvas with Red Wing leather accents, a lovely Red Wing leather patch embossed with Goruck, and just one of the most lovely bags you will ever handle in your life. It is a thing of beauty. Now, I've heard some controversy about how some people put a Snickers bar here and you could see it. I don't believe you can see my hand there. Not that I can see, so I don't know. Maybe it's with the lighter color, it's a bit easier. But not something that I feel worried about. It feels burly and very burly in real life. IRL. Goruck bags, the GR1 it's very similar to any GR1 you've ever tried. They are built beautifully. This bag is no exception. It is built beautifully. It is such a nice bag. The materials are amazing and all that stuff. Now, it's a much simpler bag than the last one. Although for the kind of guy who works in an office, this might be better in a lot of ways. It's quieter, it's a little bit more statesmanly, but hard to tell. Now, I'm gonna pack it out exactly how I packed out the last one and show you that it can do basically the same thing. Now, this bag, if we look at just the basics, the top handle is, well, Goruck makes the best top handles in the business. It is even nicer with this leather here. It's just lovely. I know people are gonna say I'm fanboying. Yes, I'm a fanboy. This bag's amazing. It deserves fanboy-ishness. These accents here in leather, the laptop compartment stops like right about here, so they're actually raised up off the bottom of the bag. And these things are, well, they're just there and they look great. There is no way to attach a sternum strap on this bag, but the way the straps are contoured, I've never really felt like I needed one in a Goruck. Maybe in a bigger one, but not in a small one like this. Now, one of the much maligned features of a Goruck GR1 is this front pocket. This front pocket kind of acts as the quick access pocket. Now, see, I tend to prefer bags that are simpler. This is as simple as it gets. It is just a dump pouch. So I put my key in there, and that's the end of what I do with that. If I'm like really going somewhere where I need something quickly, I'll probably put my mask in there too, just because it's something I need, like, you know, all the time. The zippers on this bag are like, just like the nicest zippers I've ever felt. They are so lovely. I'm opening the bag because it's so simple that hardly anything else to talk about, but I should have talked about this. Now, a couple of the things that differentiate this bag from the older versions. I'm gonna zipper this up for posterity. The older GR1s do not have this quick access pocket here. Even the first gen of this olive heritage did not. In the 21 liter, the 26 liter did. This is a good addition because you can throw in things like your hand sanitizer, your, what are these, headphones, I don't know, just for example, and zip it up, and those things are out of your way. There's a little flap there to keep the rain out. Nice touch, Goruck. If we go into the bag, looks like that. I mean, it looks like every other GR1 you've ever seen, except it's, well, very pretty. If we pack it out the same way I packed out the other one, now this is a Goruck packing cube, so it fits almost exactly in the bottom here, almost like it was made for a Goruck, which, you know, that would make sense. The Matsuda pouch fits equally as nice. Now, this is a 21 liter, the last one was a 24 liter. Now, those liters, if you're new to the bag game, they don't mean a whole lot because depending on which bag you get, it's always gonna feel slightly different. I apologize. I mean, I don't know why I'm apologizing, but to me it's a bit weird. Now, see, all of those things, when you're packing a bag like this, it's a lot more Tetris-y than the Tad. I find the Tad, like, it felt kind of tight. In Korean we say, oh, it's so taptape. It's like, feels tight. Now, in the bottom here, you have a mesh pocket. The mesh feels like just burly. I've hardly ever used that because this packing cube is going to be pushing into this space, which pushes into this space. But I will use this top one. Now, this is nice. Look at this. Whoo-wee. That's what your 395 is getting you. And a beautiful zipper up here. The zipper pull is a slightly different color. It is coyote brown as opposed to the color matched green on the other ones, or olive, or whatever it is. Our wallet is gonna go in there. Obviously I could put more in if I wanted to. Now, what I forgot to say is, I mean, because I'm pretty like rough with these things, I would just throw that there in my daily life. But there is a sleeve at the back and some molly webbing, which I feel guilty for not having talked about, so let's do it quickly. There's some molly webbing here. You can attach things like carabiners or whatever. And then there is a sleeve here, which, like, you know, your iPad could technically go into if you wanted it to. Even a bigger iPad. It's not very protected, but, you know, it's there if you need it. Put this packing cube down in the bottom, again, and again, and again. Something very satisfying about packing a Goruck. And, oh, zippers, they're so nice. Now the last bag, one thing I didn't mention is that Tad bag does not like to stand up on its own very well. It kind of does something that looks like this, and then it sort of stays there until it topples. The GR1 is always fairly good if you've got heavy things at the bottom at standing up on its own. The laptop compartment on a GR1 is always the same. You have to flip the straps out of the way. At least you have to flip this one, and it goes like this. Now, while that strap flip is slightly annoying, the pocket itself is great. My 15-inch laptop here, it just kind of goes in very nicely with lots of room to spare, and there's no farfing about, and I have no worries that my laptop is going to be, you know, scratched on the way out as it was on the other one. Now, I didn't put the iPad in because, well, like I told you, this is probably going to pain some of you, but what I would normally do when I was traveling is just jam it there and then be done with it. So there it is, packed out. Looks something like this. Now, if you have somebody that you really love, like really love, this is an excellent option for them, especially for the type of person that would go for this type of thing. I think you can probably imagine, right? It's got like a look. You know what I'm saying. This is the Dispatch Daypack Dyneema R&D version in white. This is a $360 bag, also made in the USA, just like the last two. I think that there's a certain type of person that would want this bag as opposed to some of the other ones. This is more outdoorsy in a lot of ways, a little bit more active feeling, but it's still good for most everything. It's crinkly. Dyneema is crinkly. The Dispatch Daypack, which this bag is one of my favorite bags, hands down. It's just a very, very useful bag. And when people are like, hey Josh, my friend appreciates nice things but doesn't really care about bags per se, but would like a new nice one. This is one of the bags I always recommend, really, because not this particular one, because this is expensive. If somebody wants to spend $150, they have a version that's that right now. So for the guy who already knows a bit about bags, this little Dyneema crunch is gonna really get them. But anyway, this is the bag I recommend to most people because it just does everything very well. There's like nothing that it doesn't do. It fits the most amount of people comfortably. That aside, let's get into it. Now, Dispatch is a company from San Francisco. They're run by a guy named Richard. They are very, very nice folks over there, and I really like their gear. The straps, let's talk about it as it goes. Oh, one thing I was gonna mention before is that this one's white. Obviously you can get a black. At this particular moment, on their website, the black version is different and it does not have the same strap system. This strap system is one of the most comfortable I've ever used. Now, I'm not saying that you don't need to buy the new one. The new one is also nice, it's fine. It's just that the straps attach with like this kind of clip thing and you can take them off. But in this case, these load lifters and these very nice straps, load lifters are these things that lift the bag up, make this one of the most comfortable bags I own, and I love carrying it no matter how much weight it is in it. I don't know about the new one. That's something I had to get out of the way. This particular one in white with these straps is still available on their site right now for $360 of your hard-earned US dollars. I guess we're gonna get into it, but I will say that one of my first ever like good bags was a Dispatch Daypack, and it was one of my favorites and it remains one of my favorites, and now I have like 5 of these. GR1, similar deal. The Tad Axiom at the beginning is something I'm kind of new to. Whew, that's a mouthful. The top handle on this bag is nice. It kind of, I think I'm out of focus here. Let's see if I can focus. Yeah, there you go. It's nice enough, and you know, it's got this kind of thing you clip onto, makes it feel nice. It probably looks goofy to some people, but I think it looks good. On the bottom of the bag, there are these compression straps that, you know, you can compress the bag or whatever, or you can put something in here if you want to. When you compress the bag, it would look something like this. You can make it very thin. I don't tend to do that. I don't like molding this foam down here very much. It stops the bag from being able to stand up on its own. That's a big deal to me. This bag is 22 liters, so it's right in between the last two, but to me it feels the biggest of all the bags in this, what is this, video, in this video. There's some mesh back here. There was, I didn't mention on the Goruck because there's no mesh on the back of the Goruck. Your back might get sweaty. On this one, you'll be okay. This mesh feels nice. It's also like not many channels or anything, so I don't know. We'll see. The bag has compression straps on the side here. They are mostly, as I gather, not to cinch the bag, but they are to actually, like, if you hang a water bottle from here, it will hold your water bottle against the bag, which in lieu of actual water bottle pockets is something that might be, you know, useful to some. Now, people have complained they get in the way. As you can see, the zipper goes all the way down here, but if you kind of leave them at their loosest setting normally, the zipper is unencumbered by this, which I will leave them engaged during this video so you will know. It also works as a good grab handle when it's like that. Easy to grab, easy to get. Oh, okay, where were we now? This bag has one of my favorite laptop compartments ever in a bag. The laptop compartment is up here. If you're buying this Dyneema one, you end up with number 10 YKK Aqua guard zippers, literally 1, 2, 3. All of the exterior zippers are that number 10 Aqua guard YKK zipper. If you can see that, Aqua guard, weather resistant, whatever. There they are. They are not Aqua guard on the normal version of this bag, so if you're just getting the normal version, keep that in mind. The laptop compartment here is raised up off the bottom. It's no fuss. You don't have to move anything out of the way. Stick the laptop in. There's like you gamer bros, you'll like this. There's like that much space on the top there. You can probably put almost anything in there. Unencumbered and in. Now, front pocket. The front pocket on this bag is a good one. It has some of its own organization. There is this dolly, what is this? Daisy chain kind of deal. And then some pen ones down here. I don't tend to use them very much, but what I do is I do stick my key in one of them, like that. So what I can do is sling the bag, press the button, and I don't actually ever have to take my key out of there. There's also a D-ring up here that you can hang something from. I found that my key would kind of dangle a little bit there, so I don't use that as much. There's a pocket down here that's slightly confusing for most, because what happens is it goes like, the pocket goes to here, whereas the zipper goes to here, so it's a bit like you gotta kind of go down around to get at it, and people complain about that a lot. From my point of view, I don't need my wallet very often, so I'm gonna stick my wallet in there, because in Korea we use, you know, like our phones to pay for everything, probably like the rest of the world, I don't know. But the thing about that is it keeps that pocket secure, and it's about passport size. So I've heard that it's a security thing. And that's why it was designed that way. I would almost wish that there would be another one here. So to be 2 zippered pockets, because that's like my style. I just like to dump it in. Now this pocket has its own space. Like, it's big in here. So I can throw like, you know, like these headphones. I'm gonna put them inside the bag, but I could, like my sanitizer, my mask, I could easily put like one of these pouches in there, even though I don't need to, which I'll show you in a second. So there, another Aqua Guard zipper on the top here. Front, yeah. Now, this main compartment, and as you can see, I unzippered it unencumbered, even though I didn't undo those compression straps. And I can also basically get into the full bag without it. I mean, they are actually not pushing at all. So there you go, full bag open, and we're good to go. Now, the inside of this bag is very cool, and I'm gonna show you why I think for a tech guy, this is also great. So it looks really simple, but what it has here is that there is a iPad sleeve back here, an iPad sleeve back here, another sleeve here that you could use for like your, I don't know what that is, but get that out of there. That you could use for something like your, like a, it's not padded. You could probably put like, I don't know, drawing a blank. Maybe you can tell me what you could put in there. The inside of the bag also has a kind of surprise water bottle pocket situation. There are 2 water bottle pockets that are inside the bag. They are suspended from the bottom of the bag, and they are good enough kind of thing. Like, if you don't mind putting your bottle inside the bag, I'm gonna use this pencil case to show you as an example, but that pencil case fits in there perfectly fine. Like that. Now, I'm not going to leave it there because of what's coming next. This iPad sleeve, my iPad mini, obviously fits in there no problem at all. It has this little clip thing. I don't tend to use the clip thing very much, but it's just there. I'll leave that in there for posterity. You can see clip, bigger iPad, fit no problem. This Dyneema is 5 ounce Dyneema, which means it's thick, and this bag has been through a lot, like a lot. My wife uses this bag all the time. It's been like almost demolished, and it has held up perfectly, so no worries there. This packing cube, now because this is not a clamshell opening bag, the packing cube has to kind of be shoved down to the bottom, which I just did. My iPad is still securely nicely in there. Nothing to worry about there. So it's all the way down to the bottom. You can see it filled up this bottom chunk section, and you end up with like a shelf. Now this is good for travel because, well, you don't really need that packing cube, I don't think. And put the Matsuda pouch this way because this bag is tall and a little bit high. This other pouch can go here. This other pouch can go like, I don't know, here. And then maybe my headphones up in the zippered pocket. This mesh is very cool feeling. I know it's different on the new one, but it's like, it's got that kind of cheese grater effect. And we're rolling here. Like, rolling. Now you can see, while the other 2 bags were like stuffed, this one has a great deal of space up there where I could put something like, say, so there's still that much space up here. I could probably put like my camera there. Not that you'd want to keep your camera like that, but just to show that it would fit, it will. Let's see. Like no problem. Still lots of space, even with that camera in there. That's the Dispatch Daypack. One thing I want to talk about is because somebody mentioned in the comments the other day that they thought that the webbing on the Dispatch Daypack was extremely tight. Let's see how tight it is. It doesn't feel very tight to me. I don't know. I don't know what that guy was meaning, but maybe that's on the older ones or something. On my bag, it is definitely not tight. That is all of those bags discussed. let's put them back on the table. Finish this gigantic ass video up. So there you go, 3 very expensive bags. Just to finish with the price, $380, $360, $395. I'll have links to these in the description if you want to check one out for that significant other. I'm sure I've tried to include bags here that are very different, so I hope that you can kind of like look at these and be like, oh, that's the one. If money is no object, if money is an object, then probably stay tuned for the next video, which is going to talk about bags that are a little bit on the cheaper side, like less than $150-ish, I think. I guess we're going to have to find out. That's it for this video. Talk soon, kids. Bye-bye.